Today, we become legends.
Some abilities in Smite just hit different. Today we're going to count down the top 8 most satisfying assassin abilities to land in Smite. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you've been enjoying the flurry of top 10s lately. This video starts a series looking at the most satisfying abilities of every class, so you don't want to miss future episodes. Because after that I'll be doing a final 6th video of the top 10 most satisfying abilities of all time, 2 from each class, and the list will be voted on by you, my lovely viewers. Check on the community tab on my channel after this to vote for your favourite of each group. I'll then poll the winner of Group A against Group B to get a first and second place for the final brackets to decide the order of the 6th video. I went all out on this series with all the user interaction and multiple videos and stuff like that, so if you appreciate that, then please go over to the community post to vote. But without further ado, let's jump in with number 8. Coming in at number 8 we have a true OG, and that's Thor's legendary double tap hammer. Thor's first ability throws Mjolnir like a boomerang, and if a god is hit by both the outswing and the return swing, they take double damage on the return. This effectively means that you need to multiply this ability's damage by 3, putting the full double tap at an insane 630 base damage and 90% scaling. That tops most assassin ultimates in terms of damage, and considering it's base damage heavy, it hits even harder early on since Thor ranks this ability first. At level 9, a double tap is going to hurt like an ultimate, and that combined with the skill test it takes to land one makes it deserving of a spot on this list. On the topic of early game powerhouse damage, you all know your boy Thana has some of the spiciest early game damage you're going to see in Smite, and that's mostly thanks to his Death Scythe. This ability hits for not only 380 plus 60% scaling and damage, which is already on the upper end of basic ability damage, but in addition you also deal 10% of the god's max health, which early to mid game would be roughly an extra 80 to 120 damage on top. Meaning this ability can potentially hit for 500 plus 60% in damage, just an insane early game powerhouse line skill shot that feels amazing to land, especially if fatal and you get that heal. Taking the number 6 spot we have Daji's ultimate, specifically the instant pulls you can do with him. For those that don't dabble much in Daji, you can get on the pillar, fire up to 3 chains that attach to enemies and pull them in at the end, dealing more damage. The key word there was up to 3. A good Daji player is always ready to snipe someone with the first chain and instantly cancel the ability without firing the other 2. This way you can instant chain and pull someone before they can realistically react with beads and escape. Doing so is of course extremely satisfying. Bouncing into the number 5 spot we have Nejah's Universe Ring Toss. This ability does damage to the first enemy hit, but then bounces to another appropriate target in range, and it can do this up to 8 times. Making for some absolutely insane damage when you get exactly 2 gods standing next to each other with no minions around. In this specific case, each god gets 4 bounces. This was in fact so strong that it was nerfed so that targets that get hit again after the first take 35% less damage. This all results in a total of 516 base and 59% scaling to both enemies, totaling over 1000 base and 100% scaling. Hitting those amazing bounces is definitely some of the most satisfying assassin gameplay there is. Sonic booming into the number 4 spot we have Mercury's Tipper range ultimates. I'm not talking about any normal Mercurial here, I mean the exact sweet spot where you hit the enemy but end up directly behind them ready to basic attack. Undershoot this ability and you'll miss. Overshoot it and you'll waste valuable seconds running back to the enemy to basic attack them while they're stunned. Hitting that sweet spot where you're in the perfect range to wail on the disoriented enemy is just one of the most satisfying Smite feelings in general, never mind the assassin class, and that's just number 4, so let's move into the top 3. The first of the top 3 hits me a bit personally. As someone who really wants to be good at set but doesn't want to put in the effort, watching a multi-man set skewer just explode the enemy backline is some of the most satisfying thing out there. Going ham with the ult to generate 4, 5, 6 or even more clones at once and just to send them all into the same enemy, even with the nerf to this ability making it do less per hit like Nejah, this one still stands strong and hits hard, definitely worthy of the top 3 I think. The penultimate entry on this list is taken by a personal favourite of mine, and that's a Wheelix's Feather Step. This is mostly this high up because of the immunity frame shenanigans you can do with this ability. For the uninitiated among you, at the apex of a Wheelix's Feather Step, she is untargetable. Previous damage ticks will still apply, but no new damage sources can hit her. This makes it perfect for immuning ground hitting abilities such as Vulcan's Magma Bomb or even Brass Snipes, any big mage ability really. That combined with the skill requirement to step at the exact right time to immune something means this absolutely had to take the number 2 spot, could arguably have been number 1. But finally, the number 1 most satisfying assassin ability in the game to land in my opinion is Serket's Double Madness Poison. Serket's second ability launches 2 projectiles pretty fast after each other that taunt enemies hit. A good Serket can flick their camera right as the first one hits the first god and then hit the second god on another one. Those 2 gods won't only be taunted to you, they will be afflicted with madness, meaning they simply attack the nearest enemy, usually themselves. Madness is one of the most powerful CCs in the game for a reason, and that combined with the execution barrier of hitting the double madness, I think this one definitely deserves the number 1 spot on this list for assassins. And that's it for the top 8 most satisfying abilities to land in Smite. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to catch the Mage, Guardian, Warrior and Hunter videos in the exact same format coming soon, and don't forget to vote for your favourites on the community post. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in another one later on. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.